Yes, people. We are back live on the channel. We are going to be discussing Ruben Amorim to Manchester United. It's almost confirmed as if he's going to be the Manchester United manager. Confirmed as in officially announced soon. Hopefully, we should find out. But today, debut on the channel. I've got the real king. What's good, man? Been we've chatted before on other channels, but it's the first time on my channel. So how you doing? Everything okay?
Yeah. Everything's all good, bro. Big up. First time on the channel. Obviously, people subscribe to this channel. Obviously, Kevin does some good content. Obviously, he speaks facts about United. So subscribe, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm just happy that we've got a new manager, bro. Amorim was one of the people that I wanted on the list, and yeah, we've got him. So I can't really complain right now.
Yeah, I hear that because because I've been waiting for Ten Hag to get sacked for a long time. Now we finally got a new manager, so I'm willing to see what we can do. I kind of enjoyed the four games, but the Chelsea one was a bit frustrating. I think
Yeah.
finally Ruben has kind of steadied the ship in a little bit. We're kind of 4 points off of Chelsea and Arsenal now, so we need to try and pick up form. We need to try and get some running. The first game will be against Ipswich, so that'll be interesting.
Yep.
Kieran McKenna's first game against Manchester United will actually be against a new manager. So it'll be interesting. I hope it's gonna be a good game. I hope United win the game because obviously Ipswich beat Tottenham, so it will not be easy. But I want to know your thoughts on Ruben Amorim. Are you happy with the appointment? Are you happy with his arrival? What do you want to see from him? Where and obviously where do you see us in a few years' time? Just answer according to what you think, bro.
Yeah. Ruben Amorim. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Obviously, I've watched a couple of sporting games. I haven't watched too much of sporting, but I have watched like two or three games of sporting. And yeah, the way that he plays is very intelligent, very intense, very IQ based, basically. And yeah, like I think I think he's a good manager. Um, Obviously we will have to see how he implements certain players in certain systems who and we need to see who what players that he can get a tune out of and what players he can't, and um, we need to see what players he likes and what players he doesn't like, and what players suit his system and players and players that don't fit his system.
Yeah.
Now with Amorim, obviously my expectation for this season is for Manchester United to win the Europa League, but obviously to challenge for all the trophies that we're in, obviously. But I think the main one is the Europa League. I think we have to win that competition.
I
Obviously,
agree.
I'm not going to be Amorim out if he doesn't win the Europa League, but it will be a warning sign. It will be a bit of a disappointment. It be a disappointment. It be a warning sign
Mm.
because Man United, no matter how bad we are the best team in that competition. We are the favourites in that competition. So I think we should be winning that competition regardless. So so if my biggest thing with Amarim is and with Ineos is that Ineos, it seems like they're going to play attacking football like Jason Wilcock said. Now Amarim has to implement that attacking football that he does at Sporting, and if he can manage to implement the attacking football at Sporting to Manchester United, I'm going to give him two. I'm going to give him two summer transfer windows at minimum. I'm going to give him two summer transfer if he can implement a style of play, and if he can get us going the right trajectory in the right direction. I'm going to give him two summer transfer windows, and
Mm.
obviously if he doesn't manage to get the best out best out of the players out of two transfer windows, I would want him sacked.
Mm.
That's the thing, because I spoke about this on other shows. Like Manchester United, what people have to on Manchester United every summer transfer window, because we don't really sign players in January. Man United sign on average like five, five, five players every transfer window. Five. We signed five players on average every transfer window. So, so Ruben Amorim, we all know that he will have at least six. He will have 5, 6, or 7 players that he already likes at the club. He will already have a few players that he already likes at the football club, and 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 by those 2 transfer windows, on top of that, by those 2 summer transfer windows, he should have 10 of his own players that him and the club have signed as a collective. Him and the club have signed. So by the 2 summer transfer windows, he should have at least 15, 16 to 17 quality players in the squad, because people think you need to have this 25-man squad when you don't. You don't need to have this 25-man squad, because Man City don't have a 25-man squad, because obviously we've seen with all the injuries that Man City have been having, we all know Man City aren't the same Man City with all the injuries. So we've always known Man City have at least 16 to 17 quality players, and then the rest of them are kids. So that's why I say if we can give Amorim at least 16 or 17 players to work with, he should do the business. And the facts and reality is that obviously, like I said, we should be challenging for all trophies this season. I would ideally want the Europa League. And then next season, we got to try and win a trophy again next season. And we got to at least get top 4. We at least got to get top 4 the following season. So his first summer, we've at least got to get top 4 and win a trophy. That's the aim. And then the following season after that, we should be challenging for the Premier League and the Champions League. Because like I say, like winning the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup is great in your first 2 seasons. But once you start getting into your 3rd season and your 4th season and your 5th season, you got to start winning the bigger trophies. You got to start winning and challenging for the bigger trophies. So you know what I'm saying. So like that. So that's the point that we have to get. Man United have to get back to the levels where they once was before. That's what we have to get. That's what we have to get back to. Obviously, it's going to take us some time. But people are saying, but a lot of United fans will be saying, "Oh, this is going to take 4 or 5 seasons." No, it's not. It's not going to take 4 or 5 seasons because the Premier League is the Premier League isn't a great league in terms of quality. The Premier League isn't a great league in terms of quality, bro. Like it isn't.
Yeah.
Like it isn't.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just finish on this. The Premier League, if you look at the players' quality, individual quality, like a lot of the players are not great. Like if you look at Man United in terms of quality of their squad, people can say our squad is average. Cool, but cool. People can say our squad is average because cool, but Arsenal squad is average. Tottenham Hotspur squad is average, and Liverpool squad is average. Even though Liverpool are top of the league, they don't have a great squad. Slot is just doing miracles for what he's got. You know what I'm saying, because a lot of these people think a squad is just 11 players and not a bench. That's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think a squad is 11 players on the pitch and you don't have a bench. That's what a lot of people think. But if you look at it, Man United have a decent starting 11. Arsenal have a decent starting 11. Liverpool have a decent starting 11. Tottenham Hotspur have a decent starting 11. But if you look at our bench, if you look at our bench, and if you look at if you look at our bench, and if you look at Arsenal bench, Liverpool's bench, and Tottenham bench, like there's not much
Definitely,
difference. There's not
definitely.
much difference in terms of quality.
The thing is, yeah, I think their benches are better than ours. The problem is with United is I think we lack squad depth. We don't have enough replacements
Mm,
when we need to replace. For me, it's more of like you know what it is. I feel as if Manchester United do not have the right mindset to go and compete. I think we have.
yeah,
I think the players we have, they're not the worst, but at the same time, if you look at Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, their players are
yeah,
by far of what we have. I'm not saying we need to get better to be better than them, right? I'm saying we need to be better coached than them
yes,
because I
yes,
know City have not been playing amazing, but
mm,
It's still Manchester City. They're still going to be
yeah,
within thereabouts challenging for the league. For me,
yeah,
what I would want from United now is I think this year go for that Europa League, and then try and finish top four right this season. I'm not saying
yeah,
I'm not saying I'm not saying top four is ever my aim. I don't ever celebrate top four, yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I think
yeah,
we should we should try and get top four right this season
yeah,
and challenge in all domestic cups. In the Premier League next season, I'm expecting us to put up a challenge because he has he has pretty much what he's got. He starts in November, right? The season ends in May. How many months does he have to manage the job? Like what? November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May.
March, April, May, yeah,
That's
yeah,
7 months. He's got 7 months. That's
yeah,
more than enough to implement your style of play and everything. So
yeah,
I'm giving him until the end of next season to implement what his style of play, his everything. If he does not do that, then I'm sorry, he's gonna go the the
yeah.
the, the, the year after next because
He has
I
to,
want to get back to challenging for the league
yeah,
sooner rather than later.
mm,
People say it takes time. I think if United invest properly, if we actually buy the right profile of players, we should be able
yeah,
to do it. Because the
yeah,
thing is, he plays a good brand of football. He plays a system that you know what it is. Antonio Conte won that league won the league with Chelsea with the system. So what I'm trying to
mm,
say is, we need to try and implement a style of play
yes,
that suits every single player. And if it gets us results, I want us to go and challenge next season because next season is where I think United need to go and spend properly spend in the summer
but
because you
yeah,
know what Ineos now. I'm not a massive Ineos fan. What I'm a massive fan of what they've done is that they're buying more transfers, more shoot transfers and efficient transfers. We're buying
yes,
players more efficiently. That's what I've liked from Ineos. We got Leniero really fast. We got
yeah,
uh really fast. We got Delict agreed. We got Mazraoui agreed. That
yeah,
in just a short matter of time. So not because you know what it is when Liverpool got Fabinho, they did it in 1 hour. Remember on deadline day, Liverpool got Fabinho in literally an
yeah, yeah,
hour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember,
Literally
yeah,
snapped him up. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to compete with the big clubs in the transfer window, you need to be more shrewd and efficient. So that's what I like about Ineos. But my biggest issue with Ineos right now is the lack of standards. Why did they take so long to sack Ten Hag? Because
yeah,
we could have actually been doing we could have actually hired Ruben Amorim since the summer, right? We could have hired
yes,
him summer, and we could have given him a transfer window to buy his own players. Because what it
yes,
is Ten Hag has now gone and bought. Ten Hag has gone and bought players. Cool. I'm not saying the transfer window's been bad. I think the transfer window's been excellent this summer. I think our transfer window last summer has been excellent. I think we've had a good transfer window. But my biggest issue is United did not invest in the right areas. I think United should have invested in another striker because Xerxes is not a natural number 9. We needed to invest in a
no,
number 9, a right back. I know Mazraoui is right back. Excuse me. We need to invest in a left back. We need to
yeah,
invest in another midfielder, another 8, because Ericsson's probably on his last leg. By the way, Ericsson been a massive fan of the season. Been excellent this season for I think United been excellent. I think he's
mm,
he for me deserves a starting. He deserves to start in the team, right? For
yeah,
me, what I would do now, I would go and buy a midfielder, a striker, a winger, and a backup left back. Yeah, big up Arian, big up bro. How you doing, man? All good. And
there you go, mm,
we need to go and spend big because that's what
yes,
United are going to do now. We need to go and buy 6, 7 players in one transfer window. Buy more squad depth. We don't have good squad depth. People talk about our squad depth versus Liverpool, City. Liverpool, Spurs, City, Arsenal, Chelsea have way better squad depth than us. When I saw our bench right against what was it called again? Um, what was it against? I forgot what our bench was.
which game you
Um,
on about? Oh,
was it against Chelsea that I saw our bench, and then we only had like 3 proper first team players. Ahmad off the bench, Ericsson off the bench, sort of something of that sort, right? So what I'm trying to say is, United need to go and buy players in positions that we absolutely need. Not what we want. We need to go and replace. We need to go and replace players that are leaving. Well, we didn't replace Juan Mata properly. We didn't replace Cavani. We didn't replace
Yep.
Pogba. We didn't replace Ronaldo. We
Yep.
didn't replace. We have not replaced Varane properly. Even though Lenny Yoro is coming, we've not replaced Varane.
Yep.
Lenny Yoro's not of the same quality as Rafael Varane. He's young, but he's not the same quality yet, at least, right? So we've let go of a lot of our good players. We've not replaced them properly, and that's been the biggest issue at Man United. I think De Ligt's been a fantastic signing, but De Ligt is not
Yes.
better than De Ligt is not better than Varane. De Ligt is not better than Varane. So we need to go and buy players of similar caliber and are good enough to fill in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we have the money, but all this
Yeah.
PSR thing, I find it very, very like, I don't like this PSR thing. What I think we need to do now,
No.
scrap that.
Hmm.
Let the players go. Let the players that we need to let go, right?
Yep.
So Mount, Xerxes, Anthony. I agree. Sorry, Anthony. I think Anthony and Mount. Yeah, I completely agree with this comment here. They're way too far of an impact to come off the bench and change the game. They're way too far off. So what I think we need to do is go into the summer, exploit the market, go and sign maybe a couple of free agents if we can possible, and go and spend big on players that I think deserve to be. I think should be here. Someone like Gyökeres, someone like Mamouche from Frankfurt, someone like a midfielder of quality of, let's say, you can help me with this one. Which midfielder, like, there's a left back. You know what I would United want to do? I would try and go for Alphonso Davies. Go and try and throw some money at him in January when his contract's free, unless he signs one to. Then that's a different scenario. But if his contract is free until January, throw the money at him. Go and try and get a wing back that's suited for this team. We need a wing back. A wing back is class, because I think a wing back will be necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think a wing back goes up and down the pitch like Alphonso Davies, Theo Hernandez, someone of that sort, DeMarco, some of those calibers. We need those players. We need a good left-footed centre back, like you mentioned to me many times on the streams, and I completely agree with you. Centre backs that can defend in the wide areas, because my friend mentioned to me yesterday on the stream that Lisandro Martinez might not be a centre back that can defend in wide areas, and this point that you made on other streams. So what I'm saying, I think we need to go and get a centre back that can defend in wide areas, right? A left-footed centre. Go and exploit the market. That's what I want United to do. Go and attack the transfer window with elite mindset.
Yeah, that's it. And you're right, bro. And yeah, like, listen, look, like, I understand. Listen, look, like, obviously, as a player, I don't rate Alphonso Davies that highly, but I know in this system he can do something in that system, because I know defensively he's not great, but going forward he's decent. If you take his defensive responsibilities away, he can do something in that system. So I'd be happy with the Davies signing. Like I said on previous shows as well, because how Amorim plays is that obviously he has the 2 10s. The two wingers are the two wingers are the 10s, and basically the wing backs are basically the wingers. The wing backs are basically the wingers, and the right and left centre backs, they are basically like a bit like full backs at times, because they have to defend in wide areas. That's what Amorim likes. That's why I said Lisandro Martinez, I struggle with how he fits in this system, not because I don't rate him as a player. I rate him technically as a player, but in this system, I don't know if he suits the system, because he struggles. One thing that he does struggle, and it's a major issue in Amorim's system, is he has to be able. Defenders have to be able, the right and the left centre backs, they have to be able to defend the wide areas. So, and that's one thing that Lisandro's not good at, defending in wide areas. Obviously, like you said, I agree, we need another midfielder, because Amorim obviously likes to play. Amorim obviously got 2 midfielders, but he also likes he also likes a midfielder, like, he also likes a midfielder that can dictate a little bit, that can pass forward, that can do the simple stuff. Like he likes at least one of his midfielders to be technically sound. And obviously, so yeah, so so yeah, like so yeah, I do agree we need another midfielder. Um, the big question that have the big question as I have as well is obviously certain players that fit in his system, but the big question what I have as well because I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this, but I talked about it when when obviously Ineos backed Ten Hag at first. When they backed Ten Hag at first, and they kept him in the summer when they should have, when they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, they should have sacked him. I remember I said, I think it was on Northside Street. I remember when we signed Delit and Maserati and signed Xerxes and stuff. Because I know, because a lot of United fans were complaining about injuries. Ten Hag can't play the style because he can't implement the style because he has injuries.
mm,
But what a lot of people don't realize is that Ten Hag was causing a lot of the injuries himself to the players themselves, because Ten Hag was doing rondos and bleep testers and that in training. He was working the players too hard in training. That's the thing what I want to see from Amorim. How does he handle the players in training? Because I don't want Amorim to do. I don't know. We will have to see, but I don't want Amorim to come in and working the players too hard in training, because a lot of the time when players when they work too hard in training and then they get up for the match day,
overload.
they usually get tired or injured
The overload. Yeah.
or overlooked, and then people complain about injuries. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where the excuse comes from. So we need to see how Amorim deals with the injuries,
Yeah.
because this is the thing. For example, has been able to manage Lavia's minutes
Yeah.
at Chelsea. He's managed to manage his minutes at Chelsea. That's what
Especially with,
Pochettino never
especially
did.
with him, especially with him having the injury last season as well. He's
Yeah,
managed to manage very well. Yeah, I
yeah,
completely.
yeah. That's just an example. So we need to see Amorim managing the players' fitness.
Mm,
We need to see that, because I don't want these players to work too hard in training, because training is just training. Training is
yeah.
not the actual match. Training isn't the actual match day.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it should not take Amorim long to implement the style, because obviously, like, I heard a lot of people say it didn't take him long at Sporting, it didn't take him long at Braga, so it should not take him too long. He had to implement the style of play, because even if you look at managers at lower teams, if you look at someone like Luton, like Rob Edwards, for example, you knew how Luton played every week last season. You knew how Burnley played every week last season. You know
Especially.
how Kieran McKenna's going to play. Like,
Yeah.
these man, and Postecoglou implemented the style of play in a few weeks. Same with Slot. Same with Enzo Maresca. Like, it don't take long to implement a style of play. So, like you said, 7 months should be long enough for him to implement the style of play. I need to see Amorim. For me to give him 2 summer transfer windows, to fully back him and give him 2 summer transfer windows, the first thing I need to see is I need to see him implement that style of play. I need to see it, because like I said on this channel before, yeah, obviously, in the first season when we had Ten Hag, I was fine the way that he was playing in the first season, but then when I saw the first preseason that Ten Hag had, when I
Mm,
saw the first preseason that Ten Hag had, I was like, why is our second team playing better than our first team? Why, you know what I mean? Why is our second
yeah.
team playing better than our first team? And like,
Mm,
and I remember the first 2 games against Wolves and
Chelsea.
Tottenham, we got outplayed, bro. and
Complete.
we got completely outplayed, and I was Ten Hag out. I wasn't Ten Hag out yet, but I was Ten Hag out. But when it was for me for Ten Hag is when we lost to Galatasaray, when I think Casemiro got himself sent off when we lost 3-2 at Old Trafford start of October. I said from there the man's out of his depth. The man's out of his depth. So unless if the similar things that happen to Amorim, where if we see a similar situation where where the second team is playing better than the first team in pre-season with Amorim, that's going to be a concern. That's going to be a concern if that is the case. Like I said, the Premier League, the Premier League. Everyone thinks the Premier League is the best league in the world, and that the Premier League isn't in terms of the technical ability. The Premier League is not the best league in the world. It's the best league for the PR. Like
Completely.
obviously, we can say Arsenal squad is better, Liverpool squad is better, Tottenham squad is better, but I do agree with that. We can say their squad is better, but it's not. We're not a million miles away from.
Yeah.
We're not a million miles away from these teams. So
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so yeah. So yeah. So I will only give Amarim 2 summer transfer windows if he can show me that he can implement the style of play. Like if he can show me that, because I'm not going through this 3, 4, 5 year process like Arsenal are doing, where we are not winning no trophies. Because the reality is that once you're a big club like Manchester United and you go 2 seasons without a trophy, like it starts to become 3, and then it starts to become 4, and then it starts to become 5, and then it
Yeah.
keeps on, you know what I mean, building up, building up, building up. Like it keeps on building up. The doubt creeps in even more, even more, even more. So like so obviously Real Madrid and Barcelona and these teams there, and the other big teams, they might not win a trophy. They might not win a trophy for like they might have an odd season where they don't win a trophy. But these man aren't satisfied when they don't win. Where they go where they go 2 seasons without a trophy. I don't want to see that for I don't want to see that for Manchester United. It's like yes, it's like yes, the football might be better, but if we're still not winning trophies, then what's the main point? Like, why can't we do both? Like, this is the thing. Why can't we play good football and win trophies? Why does it have to be one or the other? You
Yeah.
know what I'm you know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
man you know what I'm saying? Like, even for example with Onana, for example, people
Yeah.
saying, oh, a lot of people saying, oh, we should have kept De Gea, we should have kept De Gea, but it's like De Gea, the way that football has gone, David De Gea is not good enough. The way that in this generation, David De Gea isn't good enough to be a goalkeeper, because you have to be good with your feet. Why can't we just get a
I,
goalkeeper? If Onana was that bigger of
I,
a problem, why couldn't we get a goalkeeper here, Kevin, that could do both? Why can't we get a goalkeeper what could shot stop and be good at kicking?
I, I'm actually
That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually mixed about David De Gea, but first of all, before I get to that, I agree with you about this football thing. We need to do both, man. We need to do both. And the thing is, oh sorry, I can hear a bit of echo in the background. Can you
Oh,
make sure?
oh, oh, can you hear a bit of echo?
Uh, I can hear myself. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. No worries, no worries. No, all good, man. All good, all good. Yeah, I agree with you though about the David De Gea thing. That's not actually not about the David De Gea thing. I agree with you about the football style of play. We need to do both and win trophies. Win style of play needs to be a must, and trophies need to be a must. Both of them. We need to win trophies, yeah. And for me, what I want to do is, I feel like as if it's now time for United to actually start acting like a big club again. start acting like a big club again. Start acting like that serious club that we are. We're not far. We're not a million miles off. I completely agree. Do you know why? It's because United have the money to buy the players that are necessary in order to help us compete. We have the money to do it. But the thing is, people keep on telling me we have to sell to buy, sell to buy, sell to buy. What sell to buy? We spent 200 million this summer. We sold what? We sold like what 100 we sold like what 200 million worth of transfers, and we spent 200 million. Like we had enough money. We had enough money to spend. We bought the Ligt and Mazraoui before we sold Wan-Bissaka. So people can't tell me that we don't have enough money to spend. We have money to spend. United is just not spending it wisely. We need to spend it on proper players. We need to spend it on players that should be here. Players like Ahmad should be getting the new contract. Mazraoui is a good player, very good player. We signed De Ligt. That's a class signing as well. So these players that have joined United are good enough. Build more around them. Get a left wing back. Yeah, and I agree with this comment as well. Winning the Europa League would be nice. I wouldn't say a statement, but what I would say is I think it means that United want to be serious in the Champions League if you win the Europa League. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to say something very, very controversial here, and people might think, oh, I'm being negative here. I think Jose would have beaten PSG if he was managing Man United. I think would have. I think he would have beaten United. I think he would have beaten PSG with United at Old Trafford. We wouldn't have been 2-0 down. The tie would have been level. United would have gone through, but United would have still gone through with Jose Mourinho. But that's another topic. That's a topic for discussion on another day. But and one more thing about the David De Gea thing, I don't really agree with the David De Gea thing because I still think he's a good keeper. I still think in this day he can still manage it. He can still be a good keeper. But bro, he apparently I'm not saying GAs and everything, yeah. But De Gea got an assist the other day.
Right, yeah.
De Gea got an assist the other day. So the De Gea cannot kick thing, I think it's a myth. I think it's more of United need to move on to a new goalkeeper. In the modern day goalkeeper with
yeah.
Both, right? I completely agree with you on that. But David De Gea for me is not past it. He's still a good keeper. He's still a good keeper.
He's still a good goalkeeper. But what I was saying is that a lot of people were saying, oh, like a lot of United fans were saying, oh, we bought Onana and we should have just kept De Gea. What I'm saying is, why can't we get a goalkeeper what could do both? Why can't we get a goalkeeper that is good with his feet but also good at shot stopping? You're telling me that there's not goalkeepers out there what is good with their feet and good at shot stopping at the same time? Like that.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. So like when people also say, oh, we just need athletes in our team. No, why can't we get athletes with technical ability? It's like, you know what I'm saying, Kevin, we can get both at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard Flawless speak about the same damn thing, and Flawless repeats the same damn thing. Like, why can't we get both? Why does it have to be one or the other? We can do two things at once. So it's like, I've never understood that point.
I think it's more of that we need a keeper that can shot stop better than he can kick. That's the number one priority for a goalkeeper. That's always been the priority for a goalkeeper. So what I would do is I would go for a goalkeeper like Mike Maignan, for example.
Yes.
Someone of that caliber. Mike Maignan, or we could go for maybe not Diogo Costa, but someone of like, let's say,
I'm trying to think now. Goalkeepers.
Guillermo Restes, maybe something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something of that caliber. I'm not saying I've watched Guillermo Restes, but something of the caliber of like a keeper that can do both. Amazing.
Yeah.
Be amazing with feet and shot stopping.
Yes.
But Onana is like the main problem right now. I think we've got other problems to
Yeah,
work
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying we should get rid of Onana, but what I'm saying is because I think Onana will work in this system. I think Onana will work in this system, but obviously
Mm,
there's still United fans what will say Onana's trash. There's a lot of United fans what will say that Onana's trash and he can't work in this system. But I think he can work in this system. I think if I think the way I think the way that Rude set us up, if we have a good defense, what
mm,
concede less shots, then it should not become a problem because we all know Onana's strengths aren't really shot stopping. Like if you limit them out, because if we Edison's a good goalkeeper, yeah, Edison's a good goalkeeper, but Edison's most standing attribute is his kicking, and
mm,
and and the reason why over season after season, not necessarily this season, but obviously seasons in the past, is that Edison's has made look better as a keeper. Edison's looked better as a keeper because he's had a stronger defense in at Man City, what concede less shots as usual. So if we do the same with Onana and get in a strong defense, if Amorim can get the team structured very well defensively, and he's very flexible with it because that's what I've heard from Amorim. He's very flexible and he's very organised. If we can get organised defensively as a team, Onana won't have to face so many shots. So it
that's,
should not become a problem. You get what I'm
mm,
saying?
yeah, 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 I completely agree with you. I think it's more of like we need to we need to hope Onana can fit in the system. I had my doubts over Onana, but I still think that you know what it is. Over time, maybe he can progress.
Yeah,
But let's talk about Ruben Amorim and let's talk about the 3-4-3 system that he's going to play at United because
yeah.
it's going to be, or at least I hope he'll play 3-4-3. What do you think? Like, what would your be your currently? What would your be your ideal starting lineup in this current team? Like, because with the players we got currently right now, if you had to pick a 3-4-3 lineup, right? Obviously, what would you go for? Like, what's your like, what's your team lineup like for the Ipswich game coming up? Like, would
So
you
my
would
wait, my ideal lineup, mine.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, okay. My ideal lineup would be obviously Onana in goal,
yeah.
um, and then uh, obviously probably I think Dallo does slightly better on the right, so I would put Dallo. It's a 3-4-3, so Dallo probably
Right wing back.
Dallo probably right wing back, and then Mazarawi left wing back,
Mm,
and then obviously you got three centre backs. So Dillit, right now it would be Dillit. Obviously, when he's fully fit, Yenny Euro when he's fully fit, but I don't know if is he going to be back for that game. Yenny
I
Euro
don't.
against Ipswich.
I think he'll make his debut in December. That's what I think. That's why I think he'll make his debut.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
if Yenny Euro is fully fit, if not, then who have we got? We got Johnny Evans as we got Johnny Evans and Maguire. If not Yenny Euro, but mine would be Yenny Euro, Delit, and probably Martinez. I would probably put for now. I would probably put Martinez slightly because I think Yenny Euro and Delic they can defend the wide areas a lot more better than Martinez can.
Mm.
So I think I would put Martinez as a central centre back and then put Delic and put Delic on one side and then put Euro on one side, whatever. Um, and then I would play um the Ugarte and Casemiro, even though I don't rate Ugarte that highly, the Ugarte and Casemiro pivot seems to be good, seems to be working.
I
Um,
think.
so
I think Ugashi has been
so
really.
so I think the and Casemiro's passing is very underrated. By the way, his passing is very underrated. So I think for me it would be Ugarte and Casemiro, and then
Yeah.
and then the 2 10s. Now this is where it gets.
Who's,
Did
who's your left? Who's your left wing back?
our left wing back
Mm. What is it?
Mazarari? I said Mazarari left wing back and Dallo right wing back. And then yeah, and then um, and then this is where it gets a bit techie now because these are the major because like I said the wingers are the 2 10s and obviously we don't have a lot of great wingers so so for me obviously Amad Diallo's definitely got to be in one of those. I would go with personally obviously I would drop Bruno personally. For me personally it would
Just
be.
sorry to interrupt you, bro. But Malacia is making his season debut right now with the under 21s.
Oh, is it?
The
Oh, is
lineup
it
is
really?
and Malacia is in the starting lineup for the under 21. So hopefully he can get fit soon, so we can sub him.
Hopefully, hopefully, because Melassi I think is decent as well, but hopefully he comes back.
Mm.
Yeah, for me it would be Amad Diallo in one of the. Obviously, probably play Amad Diallo right cam, play him on the right, play Amad Diallo in the right cam, and then on the left cam, I would go with on the left. Is Mainu is Mainu going to be back? Is Mainu going to be back in Ipswich?
I think he'll be back in early December. I think I think maybe mid like maybe second to third week of December. I don't know. Probably before the Boxing Day. I think he'll be back for sure. I think for before Boxing Day, just around I think around that time because he has to take time to get back into training, get fit again. Because you know what it is. We always rush players back and then they always get injured. So we have. I hope we don't rush Lenny Euro back as well because he's important. Lenny Euro will be very very important. So we need to try and make sure he's fit because this is his first
Yeah,
injury so we don't want him to
we
get injured.
we don't want we don't want to like rush him back. We don't want to rush Yenny Euro back because he's had a big injury, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously Mainu doesn't play because Mainu would be my other 10. But if he's not playing, then obviously Ericsson I don't think long term is good enough. But I think Ericsson can do the job this season. I'm not saying that he can do the job long term, but he can do the job this season. I think Ericsson can do a job in the other 10. So for me, it would be Ericsson and Mainu in the 10, and then up front I think for me, I think it's. I don't. I haven't rated every time when I've seen Hoyland. Every time when I've seen Hoyland, the guy's just been underwhelming, man. I don't rate the guy at all. So, and I rate Joshua Xerxes. So I would. So Joshua Xerxes for me would be up front.
My only worry is if my only worry about Joshua Xerxes is the guy can't finish his chances.
Yeah,
I like Xerxes as a techie
yeah,
1-2 type of player. So he likes to do these little 1-2s, flicks in the pockets and everything like that. So he likes to play within the pockets, plays little 1-2 passes, something like that. So what I would do is I would play Xerxes, but at the same time, can he finish? It's my question. I just
yeah.
don't know.
We
So
don't know, bro. We honestly we don't know yet, bro. Because like we can say about Xerxes, cool, he should have scored against Southampton and stuff like that, yeah. But
yeah,
like at the same time, Xerxes hasn't had a lot of chances. Xerxes hasn't had a lot of chances um, coming to him, and also we haven't. And if you're bringing a player like Xerxes, you have to bring players around him that can link with him. You have to bring players that can link with Xerxes. That's where Xerxes will get more chance. That's where Xerxes will get more chances because the difference is with Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund. At least Xerxes actually tries and gets involved in the game. He tries and gets into pockets of spaces. he tries to find his teammate Rasmus Højlund. He just runs into channels. He doesn't do that, but all he does is just pretty much run into channels. Like he's unavailable. He's not good at holding up the ball. So like we could say Xerxes needs to work on his finishing, and he does. But Xerxes hasn't started a lot of games, and also he hasn't had a lot of chances created for him in this team. So yeah, that's what I would say on that. But I completely rate Joshua Xerxes, and I think it's too early to write him off.
We're going about 2 minutes,
Yeah.
Oh, so you done already?
Yeah, done, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking to it. Yeah. I think we need to work on the finishing. Hopefully, Højlund does work on his finishing. I just don't see where we sort of I want to see everyone. I want to see everyone play well in the system, but the only issue is we can't finish.
Yeah.
You can play all this nice football, is passing, flicking the ball around, passing, tiki taka, like. But the biggest issue with is we cannot finish. We really can't score goals. And you know what it is? It's not even our strikers scoring the goals. It's more our midfielders. It's more like it's more players around the attack chipping in with goals. Our attack is barely scoring enough goals. That's the problem. We need to sign a new striker. Hopefully in January, if there's ever a chance, we can go for a new striker. I don't think Gyökeres will be the one in January because we ain't signing Gyökeres. We ain't signing Gyökeres in January. What I think we'll do is I think we need to go look for a striker that can be here for like a short period of time. We don't need a striker that can be here for. Because if we are going to go for Gyökeres or Mamouche in the summer, go and sign a striker for 6 months, loaning a striker for 6 months or something like that. Like how Real Madrid signed Joselu for a season.
Yes.
And Real Madrid made it to the Champions League final with his 2 goals. Someone that can come in and score a decent amount of goals when given the chance and when given the obviously with the chance taken. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I got in the minute I got a goal, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, like I said, we just need to create more chances for Xerxes. That's what we need to do in it, bro. So I'm not writing Xerxes off. I've wrote Rasmus Højlund off already. So I wrote Rasmus Højlund off already. I said he weren't good enough since he came to the club. But I'm not writing Xerxes off because I see certain attributes that Xerxes can do. So yeah, man. But obviously, big up to the channel, man. Obviously, big up.
Yeah, no worries.
People subscribe to this channel. Obviously, I'll be on the Kevin channel again. Obviously, just shout me again, bro. Whenever you want to do the video again. So yeah, bro. Big up.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. See you. Take care, man. Have a good one. Yeah, people that's been King. Obviously, he's made the debut on his channel. So make sure you show him some love in the comments. Make sure you leave in your comments and your suggestions after in the stream. Leave a like. Make sure you subscribe as well. I'm currently at 81 subs. We'd love to get to 100 before December. So people, if you 31 of you could head over to the YouTube, click the link and hit the subscribe button. Obviously, make sure you share it around. Make sure you you show us some love. Show the panelists some love every time they get on the channel, because we're always here to talk football. We're always here to talk sports, whatever you guys want. Just let me know. We'll be doing some NBA content. We'll be doing some F1 content. That'll be F1 content will be later this week, people. So please do tune in. Please should leave your notification bells on, and yeah, all the good stuff. But people, that's been us for today. Short stream, quick stream, but we just talked with Ruben Amorim and what we expect from him, what do we want to see from him, and obviously where United will be. So that's been us for today, people. Please do like, share, subscribe. We're out. Take care. Glazers out.